Well, I hope you enjoyed your fitness workout with Ewan and Hadman as well as Adrian. And Ewan says you've got a bit of a break for the next 2 days before we're back on Monday at 6:15 for our fitness. A team that doesn't have a break this weekend is our Springboks, and Garrin Lambley from Sport 24 is with us this morning to tell us if the B team, as everyone is calling our Springbok team that's over in Australia at the moment, do you think they'll do anything tomorrow at 11:30 the game?
The game actually kicks off at 12:05 South African time, the build-up from 11:30. As you say, with all due respect to the team that's been selected, it is very much a B side with all those rested and injured players. They actually suffered a further setback yesterday when Johan Muller had to pull out with a dodgy hamstring. He's been replaced by Alistair Hargreaves. John Smith captains the side from hooker. The front row for the Boks has 102 caps, and yes, you guessed it, John Smith has all 102 of those. He's got two debutants next to him in the Bulls front row, actually, Dean Greyling and Werner Kruger. There's a third debutant in Ashley Johnson at number 8. The Bok team, as you said, very, very much a B-side. The Wallabies, they're coming off a defeat against Samoa last weekend. Yeah. But they did rest a whole lot of their Reds players that had won the Super Rugby title the week before that. They're all back, plus some other of their playmakers, James O'Connor, Kirkley Beale. The bookmakers have them sort of 9-10 point favourites. I'll be a little bit upset if the Boks didn't do better than that, but I do think the Wallabies will probably have too much for the Boks. I expect them to win. Obviously, it doesn't get any easier for the Boks because the week after that, they take on the All Blacks in Wellington.
That's hard.
So that's going to be really tough. But I'm holding thumbs for the Boks this weekend, obviously.
And then also a busy weekend locally with the Curry Cup, the Bulls and the Cheetahs.
Correct. Week 2 of the Curry Cup. Last week, unfortunately, your Bulls went down to the Sharks.
Yeah, then they came back with their little shark mascot, the overweight mascot.
Old Sharky, yes. Yeah. And things don't get easier for the Blue Bulls this weekend because, as you said, they welcome the Free State Cheetahs to Loftus. Cheetahs obviously a good side in the Curry Cup. They haven't lost too many players to the international Springbok side. Other matches, the Pumas take on the Sharks tonight, Leopards host Western Province, and then a big game as well tomorrow, Griquas against the Lions, difficult to call. The first week, the attendance was pretty good. Everyone was pretty impressed by the number of spectators that watched both on TV and at the grounds, despite the fact that the teams are pretty watered down, missing so many international players. Obviously, the Curry Cup this year clashing with the Tri-Nations and the Rugby World Cup. But good to see everyone in action.
And it's nice to see that the younger guys are getting a bit of a chance and some airtime as well.
It is fantastic to see, you're right.
And then Tour de France ends on Sunday, and I know today is a massive hill that they're going to be climbing. Yes. I don't know how they do it, and I cycle, and I suffer on hills, but those guys are incredible. I mean, they average 45, 55 k's an hour on the hills. It
is phenomenal. As you said, today they're climbing the famed Alpe d'Huez. Yesterday was an incredible stage as well. I don't know, those that watched. Andy Schleck, he broke away with 60 k's to go. Nobody could catch him. He ended up 15 seconds outside the yellow jersey. Thomas Vukler holds the yellow jersey at this stage. I expect him to lose it today, unfortunately. Andy Schleck's brother, Frank, is in 3rd place.
I'm so happy. I'm a big supporter of the Schleck brothers, as you can tell.
Correct. No, they've done incredibly well. Yes. Cadell Evans, he's perhaps the dark horse. He's less than a minute behind Andy Schleck, but he is the better time trialer. And on Saturday is the individual time trial. So if he can just hang in there today, I expect him to take the yellow jersey. And then obviously the last day on the Champs-Élysées, there's sort of an unwritten rule that nobody attacks. So whoever goes into the last stage with the yellow jersey is expected, as long as they finish, is expected to win. Mark Cavendish in the green sprinters jersey, he's pretty much secured that already. He's looking for his 4th victory on the Champs-Élysées. I expect him to get that and clinch the green jersey. But fantastic action today in store.
Oh, definitely. And then Billabong Pro on at the moment.
It is. Unfortunately, they started last week. Unfortunately, they've been struggling to find decent waves to surf. I've read reports they've been fishing and bungee jumping.
It's been flat everywhere. I mean, I went out to the Blouberg to look, and the waves were flat. Muizenberg, the waves have been flat. I mean, it looks like it's
I'm not much
a
of a
national
surfer myself,
thing.
But yeah, you're right. They've been sitting around doing nothing really. They've actually only surfed 2 rounds. The 2 South Africans still in contention, Travis Logie and last year's defending champion, Geordie Smith. Unfortunately, they're actually up against each other in round 3. So one of them's going to get knocked out. We won't have an all South African final. Equally sad for all the locals out in Jeffreys Bay is that 10 times world champion Kelly Slater, he didn't actually turn up for the event. I believe he's stuck in Fiji, but because the waves there were a lot better, he's having fun out there. He didn't make it to Jeffreys Bay.
Well, Garrin, thank you so much for joining us and giving us an update on what to expect this weekend. We're going to go over to the kitchen with a man that's cooked for Victoria and David Beckham. He's cooked for Bono as well as Madonna. And he's in our kitchen today, Neil Anthony. And he's showing all you soon-to-be moms or pregnant moms how to eat correctly and a good meal with a fitness pregnant mom, Chantal de Lange.